The silence of deep space had a way of amplifying fear. Captain Zarrar had traversed dead stars and sung songs of steel among asteroid belts, but nothing prepared him for what he found in the dark quadrant beyond Varelius 9. The distress call came garbled, looping a single phrase in fractured standard. They are not gone. They were never here. The message from the Sargus Colonies, thought to be thriving and self-sustaining, now blacked out on every scanner, every database, every navigational archive, as if they had never existed. The Stellar Command dispatched the Oberon, and with it Captain Zarrar, to investigate the anomaly. What he found was not silence. It was absence. A vacuum of reality. An unsettling blankness in the records, as though history itself recoiled from mentioning what had been erased. The approach vector led them into a thick nebula that scanners refused to pierce. The ship's AI, Argos, warned of inconsistencies in gravitational readings, like the very laws of physics were buckling. Through the viewing deck, Zarrar saw stars that flickered unnaturally, not twinkling, but pulsing, heartbeat-like, sentient, aware. The nebula thinned, and there it was. Or wasn't. The Sargus Cluster, 12 once bustling human colonies, now hanging like amputated memories. Orbiting debris patterns suggested planetary systems, but the planets themselves were gone, replaced by contorted voids where light bent inward, swallowed. Argos, Zastral commanded, voice steadier than he felt. Pull archival schematics of Colony Sargus Prime. Overlay them on our current visual. The holographic projection flickered to life, showing buildings, atmospheric domes, hydroponic forests, even residential sectors. But where the projection glowed with color and life, space revealed only swirling darkness. The overlays misaligned, not just in position but in dimensions. Some areas appeared elongated, others compressed. The AI reported metric instability, as if space itself refused to conform. Zarrar, hardened by decades of interstellar expeditions, felt an unease coil in his gut. He sent a probe. The feed came through. Buildings stood, twisted and malformed, like melted plastic under a magnifying glass. Human artifacts were scattered, as if a force had erased biological presence, but left behind echoes of infrastructure. Chairs bent upward into the ceiling. Windows looked out into internal rooms, defying logic. Every corridor was an optical illusion. The probe's motion ceased. For a moment the feed froze, then came static, and then breathing. Wet, slow breathing. Not mechanical interference, something alive, watching. The Oberon descended. Zarrar took a landing party, 6 of his best. By the time they reached the surface, one began vomiting uncontrollably. Not from sickness, but disorientation. Spatial integrity dissolved the deeper they went. Gravity fluctuated. Sometimes a step felt like falling, other times like climbing underwater. The sky above shimmered unnaturally, time dilated, clocks disagreed. Their helmets' internal chronometers ticked differently. Aboard the ruins of what once was Sargus Prime, they found messages etched in blood-like material on corridor walls. Not language, patterns, recursive, impossible geometries that defied comprehension. One engineer went catatonic, staring at them. His mind just shut off. Zarrar ordered a retreat, but not before they found the chamber. It was spherical, a hollow echo chamber in the heart of the colony, perfectly smooth. Floating mid-air was a single object, an Obsidian Cube, humming with a frequency that bypassed ears and resonated straight into thought. Everyone felt it differently. One wept uncontrollably, another screamed about her dead daughter who never existed. One man clawed at his own skin, shouting, "I remember what came before," until Zarrar sedated him. Zarrar himself felt it as pressure, not physical but existential, like a consciousness brushing against his own, vast and alien and curious. Back on the Oberon, Argus struggled to process the collected data. All files were corrupted the moment they were recorded. Video logs turned into looping symbols. Audio reversed itself and replayed backwards in infinite regressions. Zarrar consulted Earth-based command, but when he tried to send a message, the stars outside the communication array shifted. They moved, not the ship, the stars, as though repositioning themselves to block the signal. Argus went silent, then whispered, "They know." The crew turned inward. Nightmares became collective. Each reported dreams of a black ocean filled with luminous eyes, of drowning while unborn voices sang lullabies in a forgotten tongue. One crew member sketched obsessively, covering her bunk in diagrams that mimicked the wall etchings. Another committed suicide, carving the cube's shape into his chest before breaching the airlock. Zarrar demanded answers. He returned to the planet alone. In the chamber, the cube now floated higher, pulsing, inviting. He touched it. He remembered, not his own memories. The cube unfurled inside him like a blooming wound, revealing before humanity, before carbon, before structure. He saw the architects, not gods, not aliens, something else, forces that designed not life, but awareness. Reality as scaffold for consciousness, a playground for observation. Humanity was a byproduct, an accident, a mold grown on cosmic scaffolding. And now the architects had returned to clean the rot. The colonies hadn't been destroyed. They had been erased, not with violence, but with denial, removed from shared perception. Their timelines unspooled and burned. Those who resisted were folded, bent into paradox until they didn't exist. It wasn't war. It was formatting. Zarrar fled. He doesn't remember how he reached Oberon. He woke in his quarters covered in markings not his own. The remaining crew were gone. Argus spoke in riddles. Time aboard moved strangely. Earth was no longer responding. Or perhaps Earth was no longer there. He plotted course to known space, but the ship spun endlessly, like a compass with no north. Now Zarrar drifts. Recording this log not for rescue, but as warning. His voice erodes each time he plays it back. Words decay. Grammar dissolves. Soon even this will vanish. They are not malevolent. That is the worst part. There is no hatred, no intent, just hygiene, like we clean bacteria from wounds. They are erasing us. We were never here. Dark Universe files will remember. Unless it's already gone, they are erasing us. We were never here. Dark Universe files will remember. Unless it's already gone. They are erasing us. We were never here. Dark Universe files will remember. Unless it's already gone. They are erasing us. We were never here. Dark Universe files will remember. Unless it's already gone. They are erasing us. We were never here. Dark Universe files will remember. Unless it's already gone.